Alvaro Morata, who scored a late goal against the Los Angeles Galaxy in their first game of this US tour. There was a Rangers player down, and they're immediately being signalled on. He was out cold as he hit the deck there. I think that's Dylan Mcgeouch. It is. Scary moment.
Well, thankfully the team on very quickly, and players obviously getting the guys over as soon as they can.
Dylan Mcgeouch is only 19. Started with the Celtic youth team, moved across the city to Rangers only briefly. As I told you, it was a personal visit from Neil Lennon that got him back into the Celtic fold. And he scored a goal on his debut last season. A goal against St Mirren as part of a 5-0 win.
There it is, isn't it? Horrible, isn't it? It's horrible. It happens in this sport, I'm afraid, sometimes when there's these aerial challenges there, and particularly when you don't see the player coming. And Sahin comes from behind Mcgeouch and just catches him in a nasty place there, and he's just been put on his side now.
He was clearly out cold, wasn't he, for quite a while. Seems to have at least regained consciousness.
You're often the worst, you know, because when you see players around you, you know there's going to be an aerial challenge. You often just reach out your arms just to protect yourself. It acts as like a buffer, and when both players do that, their heads kind of stay apart. Now, when you don't see somebody coming, you're less entitled to, you know, to lift your arms as that protective mechanism, and that's what happened there. He had no protection. It was head on head. And, absolutely struggling, isn't he, right now?
It was Nuri Sahin, who of course had just come on himself, eager to get involved. And the stretcher has been waved away. Now he's going to return actually on wheels. That's what's going on. The stretcher is still going to be needed, but they've just brought it to the sideline. Get some wheels. You can see the medical team talking, getting some reaction out of Mcgeouch. He was one of the late additions to this travelling party, Dylan Mcgeouch. The withdrawal, the likes of McCourt and Forrest after injury in Helsinki meant that he was able to play today. Another look again at how the collision took place.
Just blindside, isn't it? And at that moment of contact, his arms were down. Both had eyes on the ball, nothing nasty about it whatsoever. When you think about all the challenges we see in the game, Adrian, from set pieces, corners and balls delivered in, you expect a lot more like this, but it's amazing it doesn't happen that many times really when you consider the amount of opportunities it is to happen. It's just because your natural instinct as a player is to protect yourself. You don't want to get knocked like that, and you know, the arms go up and you see the other player coming, and you both of course challenge for the ball, but it's just because your natural instinct as a player is to protect yourself. You don't want to get knocked like that, and you know, the arms go up and you see the other player coming, and you both of course challenge for the ball, but in one of these situations where it's kind of totally on the blind side, it's difficult.
This ever happened to you as a player, Robbie?
Well, actually, I had a really nasty one. Not that I was knocked out. I was going for an aerial ball, and it's just a bouncing ball in the middle of the pitch. I go for the ball. A big defender of Sunderland goes for the ball. I reach my head forward and knock it away from him. He comes in and cracks the side of my cheekbone. I had a depressed fracture of the cheekbone. I cracked my eye socket. Horrible, horrible injury. But I actually was conscious throughout. I didn't lose consciousness. And I went in at half time, and the doctor looked at me and said, "How'd you feel?" I said, "Well, I feel okay." My eye's a bit swollen. I can see out of it though, and he's actually sent me back out there. I later learned that I had all this damage done, and if I'd have had another knock around the area, then it could have been really bad for my eyes. So I should absolutely err on the side of caution here, taking the time rightly so here, and looks like doing the right thing to make sure it's as safe as he can be.
Again, if you're just joining us, this is Dylan Mcgeouch we're looking at, the 19-year-old midfielder for Celtic, who's only played 6 times for the first team in the Scottish Premier League. Wasn't originally even due to be a starter in this game. Let's see the reaction of the Celtic players. See the movement as well from Mcgeouch and the response of the crowd. Massive, massive Celtic army here. Fields of green in Philadelphia. They've come from all over North America, even quite a contingent from Scotland as well. They're here this afternoon.
They really are brilliant fans, absolutely passionate fans about their football club. Credit to the medical team here, Adrian, did an excellent job, haven't they? Quickly on there, got him secured.
Well, our best wishes and thoughts go with Dylan Mcgeouch. It's going to be Marcus Fraser, an 18-year-old, who's going to come on.